Hi everyone, I'm Haname Vitangkol and I'm so happy to be here sharing a piece of my personal journey with you. This presentation is called Mindful Yoga and Positive Relationships, Family Engagement. And this was my presentation while I was studying at Edith Cowan University or ECU, but it's more than just a project, it's a turning point in my life. I personally chose this intervention not just for academic purposes, but because it helped me when I was struggling the most, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Let me take you to the beginning, my why. So I grew up in the Philippines where life can be tough, especially for working professionals like teachers. There's this constant pressure to pursue higher education just to get a stable job. And even then, that job might not provide enough to live comfortably. As a public school teacher, I was doing everything I could for my students, while forgetting about myself in the process. I was working so hard to create a better life, but ironically, all I was gaining was burnout. And eventually, I realized something huge. I wasn't just neglecting myself, I was also drifting away from the people who mattered the most. It's my family. Then a friend invited me to a yoga class, and something shifted. Suddenly, I found a space to breathe. My perspective began to change. I became more optimistic, my aura lightened, and I felt like I was coming back to life. Yoga gave me clarity, and my family gave me joy. But the story didn't end there. When I moved to Australia with my husband and my daughter, I thought I was chasing my dreams. What I didn't expect was the loneliness and the immense pressure of adjusting to a new country while studying, working, and caring for my child all at the same time. There were mornings I'd wake up and I questioned everything. Was this move even worth it? But eventually I remembered what had once helped me feel whole. It's yoga and family engagement. That's when I made the decision to bring those two elements back into my life, and that became the foundation of this intervention. So what did I do? I created a two-part personal intervention combining yoga and family engagement, which are both rooted in mindfulness and emotional well-being. Yoga is an ancient philosophy from India built on the practices of meditation, stretching, and breath control. According to Akhtar of 2023, it enhances mindfulness by helping you tune into your breath, your body, and the present moment. Working with my yoga instructor, I followed the 5 foundational principles of yoga. We tailored each practice based on how I was feeling emotionally and mentally each week. So yoga helped me manage stress, find inner calm, and connect with my body and breath. Now, the second part, family engagement. So while yoga centered me, time with my family grounded me. Research backs this up with studies showing that moments like shared dinners, open conversations, and fun family activities can significantly improve emotional connections. So I started planning weekly family activities like dinners together, day trips, outdoor fun, movie nights. It wasn't about grand vacations, it was about the presence, playfulness, and togetherness. And now let's talk about the science behind it, because this intervention wasn't just based on gut feelings, it was backed by real, compelling research. So according to Mary He of 2022, it's highlighted that family travel and shared experiences like fishing, beach outings, and camping have a well-being value tied directly to positive relationships, while Offer of 2013 explored how family leisure time improves teens and adolescents' emotional health. That stuck with me because I saw the same thing happening with my daughter. She became more open, more cheerful, more secure when we were actively bonding. The Novak Djokovic Foundation of 2023 and the National Institutes of Health on 2024 Both emphasize the importance of regular physical activity and family holidays in improving mental and emotional health. Simple activities like exercising, swimming, or taking a weekend getaway don't just create happy memories. They actually strengthen our resilience and emotional regulation. All of these confirm what I felt deep down, that mindfulness through yoga and connection through family aren't just feel-good ideas. They're proven strategies for improving well-being. And in my case, they quite literally brought me back to life. To evaluate the effectiveness of my personal intervention, I used a scientifically grounded tool. It's the Harvard Flourishing Measure developed by Professor Tyler Vanderweel of 2017. Because there was no ready-to-use online version, I took the initiative to create a digital version using Jotform and carefully modeling it after the original structure. These allowed me to track my well-being in a systematic and evidence-based way, making the entire process more insightful and tailored to my personal experience. The tool includes 12 items divided across 6 core domains: happiness and life satisfaction, mental and physical health, meaning and purpose, character and virtue, social relationships, and financial and material stability. It's also worth noting that this tool has demonstrated a high level of reliability with an alpha score of 0.89 across 2 separate samples. So I was confident that it would give me an accurate picture of how I was doing week by week. Through this lens, I was able to move beyond vague impressions and track my actual progress across the 6 weeks, which gave me both motivation and measurable evidence that what I was doing was truly working. The data I collected told a very real, very human story with ups, downs, and growth. To be fully transparent, I had already been easing into yoga and family bonding before the official week 0. So if I had taken the self-assessment before that, my baseline score would likely have been even lower than the week 0 result of 49. But even from week 1, I could feel a shift. My energy returned. I felt clearer, more hopeful. There were still tough days, yes, but I was no longer drowning in them. I could pause, breathe, and manage. Then came week 3, my personal hell week. Work, assignments, my daughter's school activities, everything collided. I missed some yoga classes and felt completely out of sync, and my wellness score reflected that dip. But here's the powerful part. Instead of spiraling, I caught myself. I opened up to my husband during a long, heartfelt drive. He listened. We created a new schedule that worked better for me. That single act of vulnerability and teamwork marked a turning point. And even then, when new challenges came, like hearing negative things from people back home in week 5, I was different. Thanks to the emotional regulation I built through yoga and the stability I found in my family connections, I didn't fall apart. I responded with calm and clarity. I felt grounded. By week 6, my overall well-being had soared to 77.5%, a truly convincing leap in just a short span of time. Every domain saw improvement, especially happiness and life satisfaction, which had the highest gains. This wasn't just a small boost, it was a transformation. Now, let's talk about what changed in real, tangible ways. Before the intervention, I was regularly going to bed at 3 or 4 a.m., overwhelmed by racing thoughts. Now, I sleep peacefully before midnight. My migraines, which used to be a constant companion, are far less frequent. And I no longer wake up feeling exhausted. I wake up energized and clear-minded. My productivity has improved both at work and at home. I've learned to balance my schedule without feeling like I'm falling apart. More importantly, I've become more present, more aware, and more in tune with my own emotions. I find joy in simple things again. I've regained the ability to appreciate what I have instead of obsessing what's missing. I'm no longer just surviving. I'm living. And that's the clearest evidence of all that this intervention, combining mindfulness through yoga and connection through family, has been deeply effective, both emotionally and psychologically. And it didn't just improve my well being scores, it redefined my quality of life. In this slide, I just want to quickly show you the project proposal I made for the suggested yoga-based positive psychology intervention. It's entitled Empowering Potential, Supporting Mindfulness and Well-Being in School Through Yoga. This project is a detailed plan that explains why the project is needed, who the intervention is intended for, how it will be executed, and what's the anticipated outcomes. Moreover, this will be a roadmap for the proposed project so that many students will also benefit and experience the powerful impact yoga has provided me, especially with my mental and emotional well-being. This will also serve as a basis for future intervention programs intended for the mindfulness and well-being of students that could hopefully improve their academic capabilities and their lives as well. And that ends my presentation on my personal positive intervention. And I'm proud to share that this work earned the highest mark in all classes taking this course and was even recognized by my professor as one of the best presentations. This achievement, receiving the highest mark for my presentation, can be largely attributed with my strong educational background in the Philippines, where I was immersed in an English medium learning environment that continuously developed and refined my academic, technical, and professional communication skills. Would you like to discover where this all began and how it shaped the skills I have today? Sure, I have made a video next to this one, and it captures my journey from being a student to becoming a teacher. Thank you for watching. Bye!